Hello and welcome to the Essential Guide to Mind Sequencing. Hi, this is Paul Hoyt. Mind sequencing purposeful meditations are a revolutionary new meditative technique designed to accelerate your personal development and provide immediate stress relief. Mind sequencing meditations can be used anytime, anywhere, take as little as 5 seconds, and leverage the power of your rational mind. In today's presentation, we're going to talk about how mind sequencing is different from other meditative techniques. We're going to give you 3 examples that you can use immediately to make a big difference in your life. We'll introduce the 4 other components to the complete mind sequencing system, and we'll talk about ways that we can work together to help you achieve your personal development goals. As we get started in today's presentation, I'd like for you to adjust your posture just a little bit. Raise your chest a little bit higher, take a big breath and blow it out, and smile just a little bit. And imagine a perfect day. A day where you had no stress, no anger, no regrets, no resentments, no shadow energy of any kind. A day filled with peace and joy and strength and wisdom and love. And imagine on this day that you are 100% sure that you were making great progress on your journey, that you'd been tracking your progress, and you knew that you were healthier and happier than you'd ever been before in your life. And you were 100% sure that you were going to be healthier and happier next year than you are today. Imagine that you had complete control over your thoughts and your mind, and that any time that you sensed any shadow energy at all, you simply shifted back into a more positive state. Imagine that every awareness became an opportunity for awakening. Such is the promise of mind sequencing. Mind sequencing is a new form of meditation, sequences of thought and action, purposeful, intentional, tactical meditations that you can use anytime, anywhere, in as little as 5 seconds. I've been meditating for a very long time, and I see 5 different types of common meditation techniques: contemplation, guided meditations, self-guided meditations, focused attention, and mindfulness. Let's talk about each one of these one at a time. First, contemplation. Contemplation typically means that you go to a quiet place, soften and quiet your thoughts a little bit, and just ruminate, just think about and contemplate a particular subject. For some people, that's what meditation means. It simply means that we're going to sit quietly and think about something. Guided meditations and self-guided meditations typically involve going on a journey. With guided meditations, you listen to a guide or a leader who takes you from a place typically to another beautiful place where you are filled with divine light or golden positive energy, and then you return to your chair wherever you're sitting and doing the meditation. With self-guided meditations, typically they are the same type of journey, but instead of hearing the voice of a guide, you use your own voice, that you take yourself on that journey, and at your own pace and in your own time, go to a particular place, have a particular experience, and then return to where you are. With focused attention, you focus your mind, say, on your breathing, or on your body in some way, or on a mantra, or on some affirmations. The intention of focused attention is to get you to quiet your rational mind, to quiet the thoughts that you have, and simply allow yourself to evolve into a higher state of awareness. And finally, with mindfulness, you simply observe what is going on in your life. You observe your thoughts. You observe your breath. You observe all of the sensations of the body and of the outside world without focusing your attention and without being attached to anything that you observe. These meditation techniques have a few things in common. First, they usually take some time, from 5 to 60 minutes. They're ideally done in a very quiet environment, and they usually require you to close your eyes. What that means is they're very difficult to use in today's common working environment and impossible if you're driving in your car back and forth from work. It's just not possible to take 5 or 10 minutes out of your day or longer and sit in a quiet place and close your eyes and shift your energy with these common meditation techniques. As a result, most people only do them once or twice a day. This is what a typical day looks like with meditation. You start out on a real high, getting up and shifting your energy into a more positive state, and then you go to work, and during the work day, you find you have ups and downs of positive energy, but generally speaking, at the end of the day, you're somewhat depleted and diminished in your positive energy. You recover a little bit on the way home, and then perhaps in the evening you have a few more ups and downs, and then you go to bed at night and begin perhaps another meditation before then, and you recover somewhat. But it is very difficult to make long-term sustained progress when you're only meditating a couple of times a day. I meditated twice a day for 30 years before I discovered mind sequencing, and the meditations in the morning and in the evening simply weren't enough to counteract the stress that I was experiencing during the day, and I got stuck on my personal journey. And the reason is that what we do the 95% of the day when we are not meditating makes a big difference. We need tools and techniques that we can use anytime and anywhere, during the workday, during the commute, when we need them the most in order to have significant progress on our journey. Mind sequencing purposeful meditations take as little as 5 seconds. You can use them anytime and anywhere. They are focused and intentional, and they leverage the power of your rational mind. Let's define mind sequencing. First, let's talk about the mind. The mind, to me, includes your awareness, your attention, your thoughts, your emotions, and your imaginations. It is your internal environment and your internal state of being. Sequencing is a progression of actions and conditions where you make easy step-by-step progress, like climbing up a ladder or walking up stairs. They are purposeful. We rarely engage in sequenced activities unless there is a purposeful, intentional outcome at the end of that planned sequence of activities. So then mind sequencing is the process of shifting your internal state of being through a series of small and easy steps to achieve an intentional outcome. Now I want to share with you 3 examples of mind sequencing techniques that you can use immediately to make a big difference in your life. The first one is align, breathe, and smile, and you have already done this one. Remember at the start of today's essential guide, I invited you to lift your chest a little bit higher up off the floor, to take a big breath, and to smile as you let it go. That is the fundamental, easiest form of mind sequencing I call align, breathe, and smile. We simply align our physical posture, we take a breath, and we smile. Align, breathe, and smile takes 5 seconds, and you can use it anytime and anywhere. It will lift you up just a little bit, like a step stool does, or like stepping up onto a curb allows you to walk at a little bit higher level than you were just a few seconds before. I encourage you to use Align, Breathe, and Smile 10 times a day or more. I know I use it right now probably 20 times a day. It has become a habit with me to help me lead a little bit healthier and happier life. While Align, Breathe, and Smile is designed to help you lift your energy just a little bit anytime and anywhere, the second example of mind sequencing techniques I want to share with you is I Can Do This. And I Can Do This is designed to help you overcome any hesitation or resistance whenever you feel a little bit frightened or a little bit defensive. Like Align, Breathe, and Smile, it has 3 different steps to it. In the first step, you simply say to yourself, I am safe. In the second step, you say to yourself, I am strong. And the third step, you say, I can do this. It's helpful if you inhale on the first step and then hold it just a little bit and exhale on the third step. It adds a little bit of power to it. When I was sharing this technique with one of my coaching clients a few weeks ago, he said, "Paul, I don't think this is going to work for me because I just don't feel safe right now." So we created a different version of this technique, especially for him. We encouraged him to say, "I am brave," and breathe in when he did that. And hold it and say, "I am strong," and then breathe out while you said, "I can do this." So his technique became, "I am brave, I am strong, I can do this." A few days later, another client of mine said, "Paul, I don't even think that I can be brave, but I can have faith. I can have hope." So her variation on the "I can do this" mind sequencing technique became, "I have faith. I am strong. I can do this." So my encouragement to you is to find a version that works for you, whether it be "I am safe," or "I am brave," or "I have faith." Say what is positive to you, and then say, "I am strong and I can do this." And after you say this for a few times and you feel that your energy has shifted into a more positive state, you may actually say, "This is easy, this is fun." And this has become one of my favorite techniques. I am safe, I am strong, I can do this. This is easy, this is fun. Like Align, Breathe, and Smile, this technique is a little stepping stool that I can use as often as I like and as many times in sequence as I like to shift my energy just a little bit every time that I use it. The third mind sequencing technique that I want to share with you today came after I had lined up several different sequences that had been very effective to me for a number of years until I discovered the commonalities between them, something I call the golden pattern. The golden pattern is a 5-step path where I awaken, I believe, I choose, I shift, and I become. Unlike the other two techniques, which were stepping stool techniques, this technique is more like an extension ladder that you can extend to lift you as far as you want. The truth is that depending upon how far into the shadows you are, or how far into the pit of darkness that you are, sometimes a little stepping stool approach just isn't going to be enough. You need a ladder, a very tall ladder, in order to lift you out of your darkness. And that's what the golden pattern represents. The third mind sequencing technique that I want to share with you today is called the Golden Opportunity Meditation, based upon that 5-step golden pattern that I discovered. But we take step 4 and we separate that into 4 different steps so that we come up with an 8-step golden opportunity meditation. And I'm going to invite you to go through this a little bit more slowly with me right now. In step number 1, we awaken and remember who we are when we are at our best. We do a self-assessment and discover some gap, some little area of deficiency, a way in which we feel diminished in this present moment, and decide that we're going to do something about it. So I invite you to check in with yourself. Take a breath, blow it out, and check in with yourself and discover some little area that you would like to see improved in your life right now. For me, I simply check in along my 5 balancing energies of peace, joy, strength, wisdom, and love. If I find myself to be a little bit diminished in one of those areas, I focus on that. If I find that I am abundant in all of those areas, then I simply focus on having more peace, more joy, more strength, more wisdom, and more love in my life. In step number 2, we focus on the belief. We believe in the power of the mind sequencing process, and we believe that we can do better and be better and feel better by investing a few minutes of our time in this mind sequencing technique. In step number 3, we simply choose to take action. We choose to focus our attention and to invest the time necessary to shift our energy. In step number 4, we adjust and align our posture. Just as we did in the Align, Breathe, and Smile technique, we prepare our physical body for a transformation mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. In step number 5, we breathe in the energy that we seek, And when we exhale, we let go of any stress or tension that might be standing in our way. So take a few seconds right now and breathe in the energy that you would like to feel, and breathe out the stress and tension. Breathe in peace. Breathe out stress. Breathe in joy. Breathe out stress. Breathe in strength. Breathe out stress and tension. Breathe in wisdom. Breathe out stress and tension. And breathe in love. And breathe out stress and tension. Continue with this breathing exercise when you do this on your own, as long as it takes for you to feel like you know that you have been filled with the energy that you seek. And that is step number 6, where we realize that I am filled, I have shifted, I have made a difference in my life, and I am now filled with the energy that I wanted to be filled with. In step number 7, we celebrate the choices that we made, and we celebrate the power of the mind sequencing techniques. And in step number 8, we realize that we are a better version of ourselves than we were just a few minutes ago. We are a little more peaceful, a little more joyful, a little stronger, a little wiser, and a little more loving than we were just a few seconds ago. This is the Golden Opportunity Meditation that I use several times a day whenever I want to shift my energy a little bit more than the Align, Breathe, and Smile or I Can Do This meditation allows me to do. Those are the 3 examples of mind sequencing purposeful meditations that I wanted to share with you today. Align, Breathe, and Smile, I Can Do This, and the Golden Opportunity Meditation. 2 stepping stools and an extension ladder that you can use anytime and anywhere to shift your energy and lift your spirits. There are many more. There are sequencing techniques for supporting diet and exercise, for supporting healing, for getting to sleep at night, and for even turning hate into love. Your next steps are to do the Align, Breathe, and Smile meditation 5 to 10 times a day for the next several days. Use the I Can Do This meditation anytime you sense a little lack of confidence, and practice the Golden Opportunity Meditation at least once a day. Set some reminders for yourself. Use a few Post-it notes and put them around the house where you'll see them every once in a while that remind you to awaken, believe, and choose. You can also set some reminders on your smartphone. It's really very easy to do. You just get the attention of your smartphone and say, set a recurring reminder every day at 10 a.m. for me to practice one of the mind sequencing techniques. You can also set appointments in your calendar. The key is to build the habit of shifting your energy and lifting your spirits using these mind sequencing techniques. Let me have just a few more minutes of your time to introduce the other components to the complete mind sequencing system, for there are 5 different components to the system. The first one we've talked about, and I've shared 3 examples with you today, the mind sequencing techniques. The second component is daily self-reflection, where every morning you ask yourself some very important questions about what triggered you yesterday, what really made you happy, and what really made you angry. Over a period of time, the practice of daily self-reflection will allow you to see some patterns in your life. The third component is daily progress tracking. Remember how we talked earlier about how you could come to a place where you were 100% positive that you are making great progress on your personal journey. And the way that we do this is by daily tracking of that progress. And I'm confident that you will see what I have seen, that you will have ups and downs during the days and during the weeks and months, but gradually over time, you will be 100% confident that you are becoming a healthier and happier person. The fourth technique is life analysis, where we share some deep transformational exercises to help you understand what experiences you had as a child and as a young adult that caused you to become the person that you are today, that helped you form your personality and perhaps are standing in the way of you making significant progress on your journey. And the last part of the mind sequencing system is gathering and sharing wisdom, where we share with you some of the wisdom that we've gained on our journey of over 50 years and give you the platform necessary for you to gather and share the wisdom that you find from other teachers as well. Now let me share a couple of ways in which we can work together. The first is the Mind Sequencing Foundations program. It is a 5-part workshop that teaches advanced mind sequencing techniques and introduces the other components of the mind sequencing system. The Mind Sequencing Foundations program is self-paced with downloadable videos and slides and templates and worksheets for all of the exercises. It's everything you need to implement the entire system on your own. And the other way that we can work together is with the Mind Sequencing Mastery Program. The Mind Sequencing Mastery Program is a 60-day group coaching program that helps you form the essential mind sequencing habits. We'll have weekly group meetings, life analysis exercises, and discussions of all that we discover in this process, and daily support via empowerment partners. The Mind Sequencing Mastery Program is the ideal way for you to get the most value out of the complete mind sequencing system as quickly as possible. As we conclude today's presentation, I invite you to imagine once again. Imagine that you learned these mind sequencing techniques, that you practice them every day to the point that you had mastered the art of lifting your spirits and shifting your energy, so that you lived almost all day, every day, in an empowered, joyful state. Imagine that you came to experience a profound sense of well-being as a normal state for your life. It was better than perfect peace, better than boundless, joyful energy, better than incredible strength, better than awakened wisdom, and better than amazing, limitless love, because it was all those things and more at the same time. That's my wish for you. Thank you so much for attending today. That's been the Essential Guide to Mind Sequencing, a revolutionary new personal development and stress relief system for today's busy professional. For more information, go to mindsequencing.com/programs. This is Paul Hoyt. I hope to see you soon. And until then, be wise, be brave, and as much as possible, love everybody and everything all the time.